Hey, have you ever wondered where the style of sword dancing originated from? Welcome to the ancient practice known as Ardah dance. Ardah dance is the traditional and folkloric group dance which originates from Saudi Arabia. It is even known as the national dance of Saudi Arabia. It is honestly an amazing performance to behold and deserve its recognitions. So behold Ardah dance. Questions. What the history of the Ardah dance? The history of Ardah dance is an old and powerful one. Traditionally, it is performed by only men due to its origins. It began with the male tribes of the central Najd region. This is why Ardah is also called Al-Ardah Al-Najdiyah, in remembrance of its roots and respects to the tribes. One of the tribes involved is known as the Banus. The central Najd region is in the center of Saudi Arabia and holds a third of its population. It was a warrior dance in which to be performed to encourage their brave soldiers. They were ready to risk their life of ferocious battles, in which the Ardah gave them the energy to proceed. Today, Ardah dance is performed in remembrance of those noble warriors, but also in celebrations. Okay guys, do you know how is Ardah dance performed? As I have told you before, Ardah dance is traditionally performed by a group of men. However, in today's age, the traditional dance can be performed by all genders. Okay, a dance by a group of men turned into a genderless dance. Sound interesting, right? So, for all our listeners out there, don't be afraid to do and try this dance after hear our explanations. When you are watching a video of dancing, you will focus on the appearance, right? So, a certain type of clothing is required when performing Ardah dance. We call this special garment as dahla. We don't call it Ardah dance if it's not accompanied by a sword in the right hand and also a pistol around the waist in a holster. Okay, now imagine two groups of people line up in front of each other, and each group's members are extremely close to each other to the point that their shoulders are touching. Here comes one of the most important parts of this dancing, which is the poetry. A poet then starts to pronounce verses which can be a various poem based on the types of events that is being celebrated. The two groups of people repeat the verse back at the poet. Okay, let's watching the video about the poetry of Ardah dance. So, what next? Well, the music. Behind the performance of Ardah dance, there are usually musicians. Various types of wind instruments like trombones, clarinets, and flutes can be seen. There will almost always be a drummer, as the performance uses the beats of the drums to control and unify their movements. The drummers use a special drums called a takmir. So, for the rest of them, what do they do during the rest of the performance? Stand still? No, of course no. The performers do multiple movements that can be extraneous to their bodies but beautiful to see. They do knee raise, they lift their swords in the air with swiftness and joy. They even sway side to side while moving back and forth in unison. All of this together produce a spectacular and mystical performance. I myself hope to be able to see an authentic Ardah dance be performed one day, and I hope you can see it live too.
Do you know when is Ardah performed? No? Okay, now listen. Ardah is performed in celebration. It is performed at parties, festivals, and even presidential events. One of the biggest festivals when Ardah is performed for is the Janeria Festival. What's that? What is Janeria Festival? Okay, the Janeria Festival is actually performed in Janeria of Saudi Arabia, in which it is actually called Al-Janeria. It is a festival which happens every year for 2 weeks in order to celebrate culture and heritage. It originally began in 1985 and is upheld by the Saudi National Guard. Many exciting festivities happen during Janeria. Other than, of course, the cultural dance of Ardah, there are poetry evenings, book fairs, and even camel racing. Sound exciting, right? I would like to bring to your attention that over 1 million people choose to celebrate Al-Janeria in Saudi Arabia every year. It should also be mentioned that the King of Saudi Arabia, King Salman bin Abdul Aziz, even participated in Ardah last year at the Janeria Festival. Now you know.